Hi guys, it's Stephanie. I am working on my December Listers Got a List / December Daily Mashup, and today is December 4th, and of course, oh my god, my phone is like completely freaking out over here. Alrighty then. Okay, how do I... Alright, there we go. I've muted it. I am so sorry. I've got two phones going. One over here for my stopwatch and one up here recording. So, and now I've got a cat in here with me, so God only knows what's about to happen. Naturally, no one tweets, and nothing is going on Periscope until the moment I sit down and hit record. I mean, literally. My phone just blew up over there. So, yeah, where was I? December 4th. Let me punch that out before I forget. Again, if you're just joining me, this is the Teresa Collins Checking It Twice paper stack that I'm using from last year. And everything you see, including this number sheet and this card that actually came from one of these, the cut-aparts. And then I'm just adding my own little embellishments. I have a ton of embellishments that I really need. I could probably do a mini album for December daily for the next 35 years and never have to buy another Christmas embellishment again. I can't help it. I love every year they come out with something that's even cuter than it was last year, and I have to have it, and I still have paper stacks from 5 years ago that I haven't used up. It's really sad. But anyways, I digress. So today's prompt is favorite holiday traditions. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. I went through my December daily from last year, 2014, and pulled out some of the pictures that I knew were in there. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. I'm single. I don't have any kids, so as far as traditions for me goes, I don't have any, except there are a few things that I still do and still have. I didn't have time to go in the back and pull out my giant tote of Christmas decorations and find these ornaments, but and I don't know if you're going to be able to see like that ornament right there, the what did they call it, the knee hugger elf. And this was taken in, I believe, 1970, Christmas of 1972, I think. And that's me, the little bald-headed baby, and my brother. And I think this was around the same, I think that's the same time, or might have been right before it. But ooh, I am so sorry about that glare. I'm gonna try to zoom in. There's an ornament right there. It's a red flocked Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And this was, of course, taken many years later, my brother and I. And I don't know, you probably can't see it, but back here on the tree, and my mom had this horrific habit of picking out these Charlie Browniest Christmas trees in the history of the planet, which would probably explain the expression on my face, that and the Neil Diamond album right next to me. But yeah, anyways, the knee hugger elves are still on there. And there's this little yellow-haired angel that every year, I don't know what has happened to the angel, but I still have a few of the knee hugger elf ornaments, and every year those have to go on my tree. And look, okay, my mom, this was the red flocked Rudolph, and it was apparently some circus set. And these two are the ones I remember the most. Not this, I don't know anything about the boot, but this red flocked Rudolph and this circus seal. And then here's what the angel looked like. And we had that, I can remember having that, I was probably in my 20s, so about up until 20 years ago. And then, of course, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Golden Book. And then my mom, ignore this picture of the cat, but my mom made these ornaments right about the same time. I was little, probably between the ages of 2 and 5. And they're little wooden ornaments, and she had to cut out and decoupage. They're double-sided, so you get him looking this way, and then when you turn it around, there's the back of the snowman and then the front of the little boy. And I found this unopened set, the exact same set. I have most of these ornaments, and my brother and his children have the rest of them. And last year I found this unopened set, the complete set, on eBay, so I bought it. So I was pretty stoked about that. But, anyways, that is my traditions. And then, I also have to watch all of these movies. You know, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and this one, Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey, that probably no one except me remembers. And when I was in grade school, look at that Dorothy Hamill haircut. When I was in grade school, this was actually December 20th, 1978. So I would have been 7 years old. And I wrote a letter to Santa that our local paper, the Bel Air Beacon, published. And in it, I asked about Nestor. Is Nestor all right? And we get the biggest kick out of that because, I mean, even to this day, I am because he was so sad and so depressed, and his mom died, and I mean, it was just, and I was concerned for the poor little donkey. And, you know, seriously, even back then, which was like, what, 37 years ago? My God, because I'm 44 now, so yeah, 37 years ago. I had such a heart for animals even back then. Oh, is Nestor all right? That was just hilarious. And absolutely no one. It took me the longest time, though, to remember who in the heck was Nestor. I had no idea. I was like, why am I asking about Nestor? And then, because they never ran this after it first aired. I mean, I think they ran it for a couple of Christmases, and then after that, it never aired again. And it wasn't until I was in the hospital, gosh, it's been 14 years ago, this Christmas, the week of Christmas, I was released on Christmas Day, and they were running, you know, on cable, of course, 24 hours a day, all of these movies by Rankin and Bass. And it was one particularly rough night for me in the hospital, and I couldn't sleep, and I watched all of them probably, and this one came on, and I was like, oh my God, that's who Nestor is, and just completely flipped myself out about Nestor. So that is my holiday traditions. It's all around ornaments and decorating and watching those movies like I did when I was a kid. And I know my brother still does that same with his family and his kids, I believe. Well, his son is, my nephew is 20. He'll be 21 in March. I can't believe it. And my niece just turned 14, so I think they're kind of getting out of that stage. These stickers are just impossible. And I love to make gingerbread houses. And I'm, of course, you know, going to go back in and write all of this stuff in. I didn't want to talk about it and then also write it. I think that's kind of just a little bit redundant. So, let me see. Where can I put that without covering up too much? But I love stuff like that, you know, things that remind me of my childhood. Of course, down here in Texas, we never had snow. So, oh, I was going to try to use that, but, because that's one of my favorite movies. But it's too big. I don't think it's going to fit. So, improvise. Oh, and we would always make these Christmas cookies. We made the same cookies every year. And it was a recipe, just regular sugar cookies with the royal icing. And we would, you know, of course, put food coloring on the icing and all of that stuff and decorate it like crazy. My brother and I and my mom, she always got the biggest kick out of that. And decorating all of those things with us. We had such a good time with that. Let's see. I'm just trying to fill up some space over here. Well, I guess we'll put Santa. Put Santa down there. No. I think I'll put one of these gingerbread men. We would go bonkers with the sprinkles and all of that stuff for the cookies. Oh my god. I mean, each cookie must have weighed like 800 pounds. It was crazy. Okay, now that's a bit much. I really want to use this, and I'm going to use it eventually. But right now, I don't think I have room. So, I think I'm going to leave it like that. I don't want it too much going on. Maybe stick that up there in the top corner, and we'll call it good. I'm going to go in and write everything in. And we're going to call this one done. But there it is. There is my little flashback, my favorite holiday traditions all around. Decorating with ornaments from my childhood and watching all of the same movies that I watched when I was a kid growing up. I still watch them 40 years later. Absolutely love it. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a good time doing this. If you're doing it, the lister's got a list. Okay, thank you. Stop. If you're doing the lister's got a list or the December daily, let me cover up my little fat bald head over there. And I will talk to you guys soon. Well, tomorrow, I hope. Hopefully. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.